Recording at 5, 4, 3.
Hi, we're back in Education Forum. I'm Jeff Conklin with our special guest today, Mr. John Lester, who is the Assistant Vice President for University Relations. And just before we went to the break, we were talking a little bit about his responsibilities, but I'd like to go a little further into what other responsibilities you have as the Assistant Vice President for University Relations. We were talking a little bit about lobbying.
I think my job entails all of the other duties as assigned.
Okay.
And
that's what it means when it says assistant.
That's
VP.
right.
Yeah.
It's interesting to try and do this role at a campus like this that's so diverse and so entrepreneurial, which is good and bad in a lot of ways from where I sit.
Okay.
So if I'm supposed to be in charge of the message, the look, the brand of the university, how do I do it when I have professors wearing the wrong pins?
That's exactly
Not
right.
any longer.
No, not
come
anymore.
on.
But and I have departments that do their own thing, and
Right.
I have, people who, as they should, say what they want to say, doing the things. So it's kind of a delicate balancing act. So that's where the logo police comes in.
Okay,
That's
okay.
we mentioned earlier. That's a registered trademark of the university. It should symbolize who we are,
Absolutely.
and what we are, and we should not ever miss an opportunity to tell people that. So I'm
get
the
it out
logo
there.
and get it out there.
Like on the mugs. And
That's exactly
okay,
right.
Okay.
So any kind of vehicle that sort of delivers that message sort of falls in my purview. So that would be the TV station
and that's
here.
where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
So we are under you.
Absolutely.
And
It
what
is.
role do we play?
Well, it's an outreach for the university.
Okay,
And it is a vehicle to get out. I mean, we're on MediaCom.
We sure
We're
are.
on the internet, so we reach people all over the world.
We're
so
going to be on WOW soon, I hear.
yeah, we're on Roku. We're on
Yes.
59 other things
Podcasts.
that Mike,
Yes.
Dr. Baltimore can find. Stuff I've never heard of. That people are reaching, but it's another avenue of getting out the university's expertise and messages to audiences.
So we do play a role in that.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
Which
we have
is
to
a-
keep that in mind.
Which is an interesting dichotomy for like the studio, because many of us use the studio for instructional purposes as well. We'll
Right,
use this to
right.
create videos
Right.
for face-to-face or distance classes and that sort of thing.
But if we can
There's-
showcase that, that's what we're about. I mean,
Okay,
in the
okay.
essence of Columbus State, what do? We teach people.
Right.
You guys teach the students.
That's what we do.
So we can showcase that. That just adds to the brand that we're talking about. We can showcase the excellence that you guys and others do in the classroom. That's the bread and butter.
Right.
We have lots of things that fall behind that, but that's the essence. That's what's most important. So if it's good for the student, and so if we can showcase the good work you're doing in the classroom, the learning that's taking place, that's the multiplier that we're looking for.
Okay. So going back to the studio, what do you see our impact being on the university? I mean, what can we really do to get out there and get our message? I mean, we're brand new.
Yeah.
This is a new venture for the university.
It is. It's Dr. Baltimore kind of started this in his own little world over here in the College of Education, and we saw its possibilities.
Okay,
We
okay.
saw the reach that it could have, and so we kind of went and co-opted it.
Okay.
And said, can we broaden this? Can we make it CSU TV
Instead of COEHP TV.
Right.
Okay.
Which I would dare say nobody knows what COEHP means outside of you guys. who work here.
COEHP.
Right.
Exactly.
So, my vision is that it is another avenue for showcasing to different audiences who we are and what we're about.
Okay. So we've never had a launch. Are we going to have one?
Well, it's not a secret.
Okay,
It's
okay.
not a secret. We want people to know about it. We want people to participate in it. It's just we've got to figure out some of those nuances.
Okay. Okay.
We got to figure out how does it tie to a growing communications program.
And it should. Gosh,
It
yeah.
absolutely should.
Yeah.
How do we tie it better into all the speakers we have on campus? Like you guys know that we're operating on a shoestring here.
Yes.
But the people who are involved in this and the product that comes out are top rate. So we're not keeping it a secret.
Right.
I just don't think we're ready to blow it out yet.
Ready to roll out the big announcement.
There's a couple things that, how do we connect this to that? How do we do this and that? So until we can answer those questions, We're going to keep trying to tweak things as we go
Okay,
along,
okay.
but it's not a secret.
Because you want a good product coming out,
we
part of that
want,
brand.
that's exactly right. We
Okay,
want people
okay.
to know about it, look at it, and be impressed.
Absolutely.
I see.
Now, you mentioned, some of the projects here last night with the debates. I mean, that was a big thing for...
Fantastic.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a big thing for the university and a big thing for CSU TV.
Yeah.
I mean, our cameras and our crew were operating behind the scenes on everything you saw in those debates.
Yes.
And this is a statewide debate that was held in Columbus. Our partners were local media, the Chamber of Commerce. So this isn't like a little rinky-dink operation
Not
that we
when you have
just...
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's cool. That's
Yeah. The mayoral debate the other night was fantastic theater, fantastic
Right.
production, and we already have had replays of that on Columbus State TV. So I'd love to see what those ratings are.
Sure.
As soon as the Nielsen ratings.
Yeah, that's
Right.
where we were always
That's
worried about
right.
that because we've had the mayor on here before.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
So,
Yeah.
we've done that. You mentioned we're on a shoestring. Are we going to see additional funds coming to the studio so we can produce better stuff and get the message out there?
I'll set you up for that.
No
now.
one. No one.
No, and I tell you, my hope is that yes.
Okay.
But in order to do that, we've got to do some of those things we talked about.
The tie-in.
Yeah, we've got to make sure that we are strong in our academic support with this operation.
Okay.
I think we've shown that we support the university.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that
yeah.
we're putting out there the brand of the university in a good way. So now let's tie it back into academics. Let's tie it back into our students. Let's make sure that we've got all those I's dotted and T's crossed.
Okay.
And yeah, my hope is that this grows, that this comes up on more devices that are produced every single day, But people are watching TV now on their computers.
Okay.
And we've established that presence. We've shown that it can work. We just gotta make sure that the content is there, the viewers are there, and then the support is, I think, will follow.
I think it's an interesting point you just made, people watching TV now on their computers, and I was immediately reminded of my two girls, one in elementary and one in middle school, and at home, if they're going to watch TV, it's going to be on a tablet or an iPad or something like that.
I have a teenager at home, and we said from the beginning we're not putting TVs in their bedrooms.
That's right. Yeah,
Good
yeah.
for
We
you.
watch TV, we're going to all come together.
Good
right.
for you.
Yeah, that's
Well,
exactly right.
Now it's right here.
No.
They're in their bedroom with
She's,
their
in
iPad.
her,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
on a computer. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm watching TV.
This.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Or on my
I'm
iPad,
not
or
sure
on my
our
phone.
plan worked. Right?
Yeah, that plan's gone.
That's right. So I can't take away her computer because then she can't do homework, and then
That's
it's
right.
my fault she's failing.
Of course,
That's right.
of course. So do you have a plan for CSU TV and where we're going to go? Do we have a master plan of where we're going?
We do.
Okay.
We want to tie it to our students.
Okay.
We want the students
More
who-
than just student productions? Or?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
We want to showcase student work.
Okay.
We want the students who work here to get academic credit for what they're doing.
And this show is possible because of students.
Right.
I mean, they're the ones that are doing all the
Everything
the
we do at this campus is possible because of our
That's for
students.
sure.
And so if they're not happy,
Well, I wasn't giving you that
No,
message.
no.
I was just
no, and I mean, to that point, and I'm going to sidetrack for just a second, I'd like to say that I can put up billboards, I can lobby, I can go talk to people as much as I want, I can buy as many TV commercials as I want, but if you have a student in your class who goes home to Atlanta and says, my teacher stunk, that place is awful,
Yeah.
what happens?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
it.
message. That goes off.
That is
That's
it.
viral. Yeah.
So the essence of the brand is making our consumers happy because
You
they
bet.
carry that
Oh.
out much more than I can.
Yes.
And so taking that back to where we are here, if they're happy in this studio, if they're happy in your classroom, if they're happy with their experience on campus, that will resonate. So we want to make
point.
sure that that is seen and experienced by our students.
So that's going to be part of the plan.
Absolutely.
And then what else do you see for that plan? I know I'm pinning you down
No,
here.
no, that's fine. We have 2 TV channels on MediaCom.
Right, 98.99.
Right, 98.99. Our dream is that 99 becomes the promotional channel for the university. That's the real showcase for who we are and what we are. It's
Okay.
got concerts, it's got
okay.
theater productions, it's got sporting events.
That'd be wonderful.
It's got, unbelievably talented education forum talk
Us,
shows.
exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's got a whole mix that sort of portrays who we are. And then on 99, we've got a whole series of professors who are teaching in their classrooms.
Beautiful.
And so
True educational
True
TV.
education. So
Yeah.
you can turn it on, and if you're just browsing around and you say, wow, Jeff Conklin's teaching, I got to check this out just because it's entertaining. And then maybe down the road, well, I like that class enough, I'm going to sign up for it and get credit for it. And so it's an avenue for teaching too.
Good,
So
good.
that's our vision, and our vision is that the promotional channel is streamed through all the monitors on campus. It's in all the dorms.
Okay.
It already is if they turn it on.
Right.
But
Lock it in.
That's
Lock
right.
it off.
But we want people to know about it and have it on everywhere.
Sure, sure. You know what's funny, and I was telling Greg this the other day, I was out having dinner the other night, and one of the waitresses said, "We saw you on TV."
Great.
And then 4 waitresses came up to me that day and said, "Man, we've seen the show. We're
Good.
watching it right here at the restaurant."
That's
so we're
fantastic.
out there. We're
That's
getting
right.
we're getting out there a little
Yep.
bit more, and people know we're there. So
And
we're present.
every little bit helps. Dr. Baltimore has done an amazing job and is sort of birthing this and ushering it along, and I think there's great things still to come.
Good, good.
Interestingly enough, though, the other piece of that story is Jeff, when he's out, he walks around literally, I'm not kidding you, with 8x10 glossies of himself and a felt pen. And
Don't
he
I
just
wish?
signs
Don't-
and gives
don't
them
I
away.
wish?
I'm going to need to check those photos
With
to
a
make sure
logo.
he's wearing the right
That's
pen.
exactly
Yeah,
right.
right
Check the
logo.
logo on it.
What do you want to see on the show? Or not just our show, but what content do you want to see on CSU TV? I mean, you've talked about the educational,
Right.
but what else? I mean, do you have something special you want to see?
Not a specific thing.
Okay,
I want to see a mix.
okay,
I want to see student-produced shows
Okay.
that they enjoy, whether or not I think they're good or entertaining or not.
That has
That's
nothing
fine.
to do
You're in a
with
different
Exactly
place
right.
in life.
But I want to see theater. I want to see concerts. I want to see athletic events. I want to see us tape and replay the speakers that we have on this
I think
campus.
that'd be great.
The debates. I mean, we've had, just in the last couple of weeks in the College of Business, the president of the, I'm going to mess it up, the Stock Exchange in Chicago, the Fed.
That's
Right.
right. Yeah,
We've
that's
had
right.
one of our alumni, alumnus, who is president of a company called Realogy, which
Okay.
you've never heard of.
No, no.
But have you heard of ERA Real Estate,
Oh, absolutely.
Better Homes and Gardens?
Yes.
Coldwell Banker?
They're all under that umbrella.
All under that umbrella.
Wow.
He
Wow.
is literally
Okay.
probably the most powerful man in real estate
Wow.
in this country. They
And
have.
he was here.
He was here.
Yeah.
And so those are the things that we have in little pockets around campus that sometimes we hear about, sometimes we don't. So that's what I want to see.
Pump that stuff
That's
out.
right. And not because it's CSU,
Right.
but because when you look at it from an outsider, it's like, wow,
It's interesting.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then they see, oh, is that at Columbus State University? That's what I want.
I didn't know they were doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. Now, what about the idea of putting more current events, like a current events calendar on this, the
Love it.
station? So we'd be running that all the time, so people would know what's happening. here.
Absolutely. I would like to see
Now
us.
that would have to come through your office, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. We're just not pumping it out by ourselves.
I would love to see a student-produced TV show
Okay.
that airs 2-3 times a day at the same time.
Okay.
So that I'm going to tune in at
8 a.m.
whatever
and
time it
12
is, right?
Yeah.
And to see what they're talking about.
Mhm.
And I don't want it to be necessarily, a mouthpiece for the university,
Right,
but
right.
let them cover what's going on from their perspective and talk about it.
Sure.
And
sure.
I think that
I'd
would
like
be
to see that, too.
fascinating.
Yeah, that'd be great.
great.
That'd be really good. Yeah. Now, this is shown around the world, so we're getting our message out there.
Good.
Do you see that as, helpful or, something we want to do in the future? Or?
I don't see it as helpful. I see it as critical.
Okay.
And that's why I care so much about things like our logo. Things like if you're going to produce...
Again, that whole brand has got to be solid.
If you're going to produce something and you're going to put it out, it needs to look like it came from a university that cares about what it's doing.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't, I will see flyers. This age of technology makes it too easy for you to sit at your desk. I need a flyer for this thing. So I'm going to do it on my Word. I'm
Yep.
going to print it out. Oh, I need people to know. So, okay, I'm going to print it on pink paper because I have pink paper. And so now it's sitting on a desk somewhere, and you've taken it to a conference and you've left it there. So
Sure.
the only impression maybe that somebody has about Columbus State University
Yes.
is somebody picked up something that's printed on black ink on pink paper.
Very
Yes.
amateurish in terms
Right.
of...
And it looks that way, and everybody gets that message.
Right.
So,
So I've got a 4-color press and a print shop
Right.
and
They can put
graphic
out some real-
designers
yeah.
who are among the best in this community.
yeah.
And as
Let me do it.
And we're not
interestingly
using
enough,
that.
you're obviously
right.
following me around to conferences.
Watch
Uh-oh.
you
good
put
to
that
know.
stuff out there.
good
Put
to
you
know.
on my list too.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap it up, John. We've run out of time.
Well, how about you let me come back?
I'd love to have you back.
Okay.
I'd like to have you
Wonderful.
back on a regular basis because this is great.
I would
learned
love
a
to be
lot
able to do
today.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
It's good to be here.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you.
And,
Thanks a
and I
lot.
got a new pen, and
That's
gonna wear
right.
that.
That's right.
And I'd like to just say thank you to everyone for watching Education Forum. I'm Jeff Conklin.
And he's out.